No texting and driving. It's that time of year again. Mercury turns retrograde November 9th. It will be retrograde from November 9th until November 29th of this year. And one of my caveats in general is to not text and drive. I think it's a very dangerous practice, but it's especially dangerous during a Mercury retrograde. Mercury rules communications, travel. So just be careful, be focused. Mercury retrogrades are an invitation to slow down, be present in the moment. So if you are someone who likes to multitask while you are driving, I highly encourage you to not do that while Mercury is retrograde. Traffic lights can be out sometimes. Signals literally don't work. If you are traveling during this time, it is going to be Thanksgiving towards the end of this Mercury retrograde in the United States. So get your boarding pass printed out ahead of time in case the app at the airport or the train station is not working. Make your travel plans now if you have not already done so. If you can get them completed before November 9th, that would be ideal. But of course, if you can't, if you do those travel plans, double, triple check them. And like I said, again, print everything out ahead of time before you travel as a backup. Give yourself extra travel time, whether it's a short trip, if you're driving, give yourself extra time at the airport, the train stations, the bus depots, all of that. Mercury retrograde is also a good time to really take your time with all of your tech stuff. You know, when you're emailing people, when you're texting, triple check them before you press send. Make sure you're not sending an inappropriate text to a group chat that you mean to send maybe only to your romantic partner or your best friend, that sort of thing. These are the things to be mindful of when Mercury is retrograde. You know, just check in, pause, take your time. But especially when you're driving, actually, even when you're in parking lots, one of the things I learned in the first aid class I did years ago is that a lot of accidents actually happen in parking lots because people are so checked out. They're checking their phones as they get out of the car. People are checking their messages while they're parking. So especially be mindful when you are coming into and out of parking lots and when you're walking through parking lots. Do not be on your phone. In general, that's a bad idea as well. But especially during Mercury retrograde, take your time, be present, be aware of your surroundings, what's happening, because this can minimize the potential for you being in an accident, that sort of thing. I just wanted to come in really quickly with that. Mercury retrograde is really about being in the moment. I mean, all of life right now, especially, is about being in the moment. But I feel like Mercury retrogrades really invite us to pause, to feel into what we want to say before we say it, to just take a breath, take a beat. And to do that when you're writing something too, whether it's an email, a text, if you're working on a proposal, doing something for your day job, just give yourself permission to pause, breathe, feel into the moment. What do you clearly want to communicate with people? This is what Mercury retrogrades help us improve by encouraging us to slow down, to pause, to just take a beat, see what happens, see what new ideas come to the surface, see what new ideas are wanting to be communicated, and just be mindful. Give yourself permission to be mindful, to be in the flow, to see what is coming through, what wants to be expressed. And you may experience this in your business. There may be a particular process or project you want to work on or revisit. Mercury retrogrades are great times to go back to things that you have not completed that you wanted to get done earlier this year. I myself will be doing that for a couple of projects for my own business. Things that I've had on the back burner or I've been tweaking slowly here and there over the last few months. I'm going to set aside dedicated time during the Mercury retrograde to hammer it out, to finish the details, because the Mercury retrograde will probably give me that energy, that momentum to actually complete that project. So this can be the positive aspects of Mercury retrograde. Too often people talk about only the negative sides of a Mercury retrograde. And again, if something does break down during a Mercury retrograde, like any of your electronics, your televisions, it's because it needs to get fixed. It needs to be replaced. And it may take till the end of the retrograde to actually get the replacement. Sometimes it works out that way, but if it does happen that way, know that that is for your highest good. Again, Mercury slowdowns, think of it again as a divine delay. It's about helping you be more in alignment with what your path, what your soul is calling you to do. And this could be happening even in your business endeavors as well. But again, stay safe. Be present. When you're driving, driving. No texting and driving. If you decide you need to text or email someone, pull over. Stop the car and do it then, and then get back on the road. But like I said, give yourself extra time for traveling. If you are going to be doing any, like I said, holiday visits or special trips with people, weekend trips, weekend gatherings, do it ahead of time, map out the details, really, double, triple check all those details. And again, print out the boarding passes before you leave, just in case the apps are going down. We may have more tech glitches, like the AWS service going down. Things like that could happen as well, just because of some of the aspects happening with Uranus and Gemini as well. And I just feel in particular this particular Mercury retrograde, it's going to be really powerful in a lot of ways. But in order to get the impact of that power, of what's wanting to come through, what's wanting to be expressed in a new way, it requires us to just have a different rhythm, have a different relationship with time itself. And I feel like we're on this trajectory in general as a species, that we're having a new relationship with time itself. And this Mercury retrograde and a lot of the astrology of 2025 is laying the foundation for that. This is about finding a new way to move through time. And even as an astrologer, I'm feeling less and less the pull to follow some of these more mundane transits that I was doing earlier this year. If you look at some of my earlier videos, and I'm feeling a need to follow more of the major transits, like, for example, this Mercury retrograde and the new moons and the full moons and that sort of thing. But I'm also feeling more how important it is to be in my own intuition with what I need to do and when I need to do it. And I invite you to give yourself permission to do that as well. To really play with what it feels like to move from being in the moment, from being in the present moment. And even if you still have to plan and strategize certain things, can you give yourself permission to have flexibility around how you plan, how you strategize? Or is there a way to have flexibility in how you implement, how you move through these things? And this is something I'm playing with as well as I go through my projects and my to-do list. Is there a way to be less rigid with all of it? And I'm an Aquarius sun sign, so I like rules sometimes. I like that fixed energy, that rigidity of how to do certain things. Once I've mapped out a system or a strategy as an Aquarius, I can be really addicted to that and not wanting to disrupt it or break the mold or revise my system or do it differently. But Mercury retrogrades are a great opportunity for me to look at my systems and to reinvent how I actually process things, how I get my things done. So maybe give yourself permission to at least look at it, even if you don't want to decide how that actually happens. But that's basically all I had today. Again, I do want to invite you into my Skool community, $9 a month or $50 a year. I will also have a link to how you can sign up for one-on-one sessions with me. I'll also drop my email, Darice at newsacredmirrors.com. If you want to do an email astrological reading, that'll just be $47. But I'll have all of that down below. Please do like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. That does help me grow the channel. I do appreciate all who return. If you're new, welcome. I do appreciate new viewers as well. And again, stay safe. And I'm wishing you so much love and joy. Easefully yours, Darice.